The following podcast may be explicit. Shedcast presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Welcome back to the Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set, Part 4, Session 2. Mickey, JJ, Kurt, Mike, and Joe make room for you at our table as Bree, Ferris, Thor, and Sir Moss make their way deeper into the Wave Echo Cave in search of the Black Spider. Enjoy the podcast.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Shed with Adventures from the Shed. This is Mike Robertson again playing Sir Walter Moss. We really appreciate you all listening, and please tell your friends and rate and review us on iTunes. It really helps us out. And if you could, check out our website, adventuresfromtheshed.com, where it has links to our Twitter and Facebook, and you can leave emails and messages that we would love to see and talk about and listen to. It would make us real happy to hear that. Wouldn't it, Kurt? What do you think? You pumped today?
I mean, I'm always pumped, but if you were hanging out and sending us messages and talking to us, I would be even more pumped. So I'm playing Thor, the Dwarven Cleric today, and I'm glad to be in the middle of it.
JJ here, playing Ferris the Lad, and I am currently leading the kill count. These other
By
guys
a
need
lot.
to step it up.
Nobody likes to hear a show off.
I'm just saying, I have 13. Y'all need to step it up.
Whatever, wizard. Hi, everyone. This is Mickey. I play Bree Greenbottle, the halfling rogue of the group. And apparently I'm one end of the sandwich, right?
I'm Joe. I'm the Dungeon Master for this Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set, and I'm the condiment on the sandwich, apparently.
I like it.
What adds the flavor? That's me. When we last left off, our group had just started Part 4 of the Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set. Our heroes had entered the Wave Echo Cavern in through the entrance, found their ways down the pit and headed off to the east, fought some sturges and went into an old guard room and fought some skeletons. And from there, we are going to pick up with our group after having a couple of combats in. Let's see, does everyone need a short rest? How are we going to handle our next steps here?
Yep.
Yeah, Bree needs to heal.
I think we'll rest in this little broken down
I think I'm
guard
going to use
shed.
a hit dice. I'm going to roll a hit dice.
I'm going to roll one, maybe two, depending on how it goes.
How long does light the spell last?
Wow. 1 hour.
Check it out.
1 hour.
I get back 9.
Nice roll.
Thank you.
So just for the sake of consistency or realism, pseudo-realism within the game, you might as well just recast light on something just so we can say you're keeping that refresh going.
I recast light on the tip of my nose.
Okay, so
I can't see.
Rudolph the Red-Nose. So Bree rolled an 8 on her hit dice reclaim. I rolled a 5 on my d6. And Thor
I
rolled
rolled
a 7 on
I'm
his
trying to
d8.
think if there's any reason not to roll another one. I have 4, right?
You do
one
have
per
4.
level. Yeah.
But you
depends
got to
on how
remember, you
low.
get to add your con and your Dwarven resilience to that.
Oh, sweet. This is why I like having JJ here. So I rolled a 7, and I get to add 2 is 9, and my Dwarven resilience, or my Dwarven toughness, rather.
Whatever.
Oh, no, that's only
Resilience, toughness. I mean, really, come
No,
on.
actually, I don't get that. That's when I level up.
He's resilient
That
to being
increases my
tough.
max. Yeah, no, I don't get any. So I gotta
Okay.
get 9.
So you only get 9.
All right, so
All right, we'll stick with that.
you guys take your short
And I get
rest.
a bunch more, but that's not.
And again, with the map that we have down in front of us here, you are in area number 4, and there was another room across the hall,
so
or
I
another
guess
doorway across the hall, I should
we'll
say.
head over there.
I think I'm
Bree
gonna roll
already-
one more. Can I roll one more?
Go for it.
There's no reason not to. Another
There you go,
7,
7.
9. So that's great. I'm at max. Nice.
So Bree already
Fantastic.
checked to see if there's any sound. So
Yeah, there was no sound behind that door. And opening that door, you see a room which is approximately 20 feet deep from the doorway into the far wall and about 40 feet wide from south to north. The narrative for this room: this chamber was once an office or storeroom of some kind. The large stone counter bisects the room, set with 3 dusty balance scales made of iron. Cubby holes carved into the north wall are stuffed with dusty paper scraps. Several long-dead corpses, gnomes, and orcs by their look, are sprawled across the floor.
I'm going to run and kick the corpses just to make sure the bones don't gather together. I'm just going to scatter them as fast as I can.
You successfully scatter some bones and stub a toe.
Okay,
I'm
good.
just going to find my stapler.
And you have a cramp in your calf as you do it.
Has anyone
Yes,
seen
yes,
my
I do.
stapler? So can we look around?
And you're going to find the stapler?
Yep.
There's a red swing line
Red
stapler
swing
there.
line.
Yeah.
Put it in my pack.
Have you seen my
I
stapler?
bought it with my own money. Sorry. Go ahead.
They said you're looking around?
Yes.
We're totally showing
Behind
our
that
age.
counter, you find an iron strong box. It is locked.
All right, back up, people.
I don't think it's that strong. I think we can take it.
Back up, people. I'm
All
going
right,
to do
I'll
this.
back up.
All right, so she's
The
going to
counter backs away from you.
she's going to try to pick the lock.
All right.
Wait, before she picks it, she's going to check for traps.
Okay.
Joe, did you give XP for the skeletons?
I did not. Thank you for mentioning that, Kurt.
It is not
Give me
trapped.
just a
Not
moment,
with that roll. Holy
Mickey.
moly.
There were 9 skeletons,
Just
and
perception.
Kurt, if you could do that math, there are 50 experience points each.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
19 to see if it's trapped.
It is not trapped.
Now we're going to pick it. Oh, I wasted the 19. So that's what? 5 plus.
Now, I think what
11.
we had said before, I'm going to
Wait,
go off
plus
on
one, 12.
a little rules tangent here. I think we looked this up before, and we could not find anything about attempting a skill more than once.
The way it works is you can either roll if you want to do it quickly, or if that fails, you
15.
can take an hour in game time to really do it, and that's called taking a 10.
All right, but that's taking a 10, and I can tell you taking a 10 won't work. So what I'd like here
that would
I'll make
be
up-
a 16 total.
I'll make
if she
up a
took
rule
10.
here on the fly. You can continue to try and pick it, and if you roll a 1, you will break your thieves' tools.
So that's what? 11, 12.
Why don't I just take my warhammer to it?
Yeah.
That's 12. She did not.
I can tell you why the game does not give me a number for you to break.
Roll
it.
again.
That's the why. This is a rogue shine moment.
All right, somebody
Keep
else.
going.
pick it.
Keep going. You need thieves' tools to do this. Try another one. Just
No.
don't roll a 1, and we'll get this thing open.
Ah!
That'll do it.
So she rolled a 6, a 2.
Oh, 2.
Picked up another dice, rolled a 2. Picked up another dice, rolled a 2. Picked up a fourth dice, rolled a 15.
Okay, so you manage to keep your tools intact, and when you finally get this strong box open, inside are
Is nothing.
600 copper pieces.
Nothing.
600 copper pieces?
Yeah, and I'll let you get that 600 on there.
Mm-hmm.
180 silver pieces.
Mm-hmm.
90 electrum pieces. I'm still tickled that they put those back in. And 60 gold pieces. 60.
Woohoo!
So this
shoes.
this is an old pay chest that was apparently overlooked when the battles came about.
Either that or they just didn't have Mickey's lockpicking skills.
Skills with quotes around them.
It's open, isn't it?
So there's nothing else of note in the room, so it's time to head back out.
All right, roll of right.
Yep, I guess we'll head back to the north.
So you're going out back into area number 3, as it were, and heading east.
To number 8. Yeah.
All right. So as you go down a winding, rough cavern for about 60 feet or so, it opens up into a larger area. And the narrative for this section, which is section number 8, dense carpets of weird fungi cover large sections of the floor of this cavern. The growth includes puffballs a foot across, weird shelf fungus growing on stalagmites, and large stalks and caps a good 5 feet tall. Some of the puffballs glow with an eerie green phosphorescence.
See, you were reading that, and I was like listening and trying to complete the sentence as you're going.
Yeah.
This room is carpeted with beaver pelts.
Beaver pelts. The size of this room would be more than 30 beaver pelts. Definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Can we roll anything for telling if
heading into this stuff would be disastrous to our health.
That'd probably
Make a
be
nature
a nature check.
Yeah,
Nature check.
Yes.
That's all.
What I would
That's all
say,
roll.
for the sake of expediency, you can tell that some of this would definitely be hazardous to your health, but not all of it.
Is there a clear pathway through, or do we need to...
In game terms, no. Whenever you attempt to cross the cavern, the carpets of fungi that cover most of the floor release gas into the air.
Oh,
Is there any chance that a dwarf with boots of striding and jumping could jump over it without hitting his head on the ceiling?
Only if you could jump 50 feet.
How? Why it's 50 feet across?
So what we need to do is, if we're going to travel through here, each person will need to make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
No. Wait. Can somebody shoot me across?
No.
Cannon.
We're
Are we gonna
talking-
fastball
we're talking
special
about
you?
50
Yes.
feet. About 50 feet to get through
No,
this
no
area.
slingshot.
All
I can
right,
run 3
Constitution.
times faster than normal, I think. So maybe I can take less
Nobody
damage.
tosses a halfling.
Sir
All right.
Walter Moss made it.
Sir Walter gets his crits
17
on some of the
plus-
most useless rolls.
Yes.
Oh
Crits only
no!
come up when it doesn't matter.
I'm good.
Okay. Who does not make the 11?
Bree does not.
Here
make
we go.
the-
This is the amount of poison damage you're going to take. 1, 6, and 5. That would be 12 poison damage.
Oh.
Jeez.
Now, somebody, please look in the rule book
It's a
for
good thing I healed.
information on the poisoned condition. Because Bree is going to be poisoned for 10 minutes.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay, so for about 10 minutes, you have that. Plus the 12 damage is a perma-poison.
You know,
damage,
dwarves
if
have
you will.
advantage on saving throws against poison because of their dwarven resilience.
Yes, I do.
From drinking.
That's why I
way
was
too
looking
much.
at
I
you.
didn't need it, but I could have rolled it again.
So that will get you through that cavern area.
I have resistance to the damage, too. Whatever that means.
And as we see here on our map, that just leads into another rough-hewn hallway that leads north for about 30 feet or so. And that leads into area number, if you would put there, 13. And the narrative for this area, so after you've gotten through the cavernous area, and Bree is a sickly shade of green bottle. Get it? I
Very
see what I did there. She kind of looks like a Heineken bottle. The narrative for Area 13 here is: glittering minerals in the ceiling of this large cavern catch the light and send it back to create an impression of a starry night sky. It's very romantic in here.
I like it
It's
in
nice.
here.
If only there were beaver pelts.
If only.
Dozens of skeletons, many crushed under fallen debris, are scattered across the floor. The cave is large enough that it contains 2 freestanding structures. Each of these stone buildings is proportioned for human use, as opposed to the dwarf-sized doorways and furnishings you've seen elsewhere in the mines. Both structures have battered and blackened masonry walls, their double doors cracked and scorched. The cavern is divided by an escarpment, succor, into which a flight of stairs has been cut. Passages lead out of this area to the north, south, and west. Now, the south is where you came in, and we're going to add to our map here the structures as they look on the actual game map. And you'll see that there is the structure directly to the east as you enter, and that's area number 14. And then the other structure is a little more to the north, and that is technically area 15.
Where are we going?
My building just got bulldozed.
So we are coming in from the south end
You
to
are
the
coming
area.
in from the south here.
Are we going to continue to go right?
We're momentarily awed by the beauty of the starry, starry night, which is really minerals.
It is very nice. This area, Area 13, is actually called the Starry Cavern.
Can we tell if any of those are
stay here
valuable
forever.
gems, or are they all just like quartz or silicon? Or
Minerals in the ceiling are pretty, but they are neither magical nor valuable.
It's shiny.
Can I cast dancing lights and make it sparkle?
You can't. Now, Thor has light cast on his nose, so whenever he moves his nose around,
I want sparkles.
you need to cast Fog Machine, and
Yeah.
that would make it perfect.
Very nice. Oh, God, we've created a
Yeah,
rave
yes,
party.
and then Sir Walter Moss can beatbox it.
There's a
And
rave.
it will be a rave going on here.
All right. So, where are we going? Going to 14, or are we going to go?
Yeah, let's explore
I guess-
these human size.
So
I mean, it's
as
kinda odd.
described, the doorways, the double doors are the double doors are cracked and scorched.
Something bad
cracked and
happened.
scorched.
Scorched.
All right, Sean Connery.
Their doors are scorched.
Can
Can we listen at one of the doors?
Are the cracks
You
big
can.
enough that you could peek in?
Answer equals no.
Equals.
Can I
no.
take one finger and touch the wall to see if it's hot?
You may. Which finger?
My little pinky.
You've lost that finger.
Oh,
I'm kidding, though. It says right here, if a dwarf touches the ball with a single finger, and so you have the double doors are cracked and scorched, but they are currently intact. However, you could probably get them open with a successful strength check.
Can we listen first?
You sure may. You hear nothing.
Thanks. It's a
Alright.
good thing 'cause I rolled a 2.
I guess
You
I
hear
will
nothing
use some
except for the
strength.
sparkling light, which makes no sound.
Strength check.
Kick it in.
Oh, 4.
Bam.
2 plus 2.
All right, a DC 15
That'll be a
strength
20.
check allows you to wrench or smash open the doors. You pick. I'll let you pick. You want to wrench or smash?
Boot.
I'm gonna.
No, you
smash.
can only wrench or smash.
I'm
You
gonna
can't
smash. Hulk smash. Walter Ball smash.
There's no accounting for anything other than wrenching or smashing here. So you smash open the doors, and inside, dust, ash, walls blackened by fire, and heaps of debris beneath the sagging ceiling show that this room was damaged by a destructive blast. The furnishings, which are tables, chairs, bookshelves, and beds, are charred or splintered, but otherwise well preserved. A scorched iron chest stands near the foot of one of the beds. And
I love chests.
If I ever get ownership
all right, so
of
that's what
this
you
mod,
see
this will be
from
my
the
office.
doorway when you look inside.
Another chest?
At the foot of one of the beds.
Be careful about a fire trap or.
Yeah. Is it trapped? Like, can we see
Are you
it?
going in the room?
I will.
Go wizard.
As you enter the room, I've got to find the right page here. Give me a moment. So a figure rises up from the floor of the room, and kind of what's the right word for it? It kind of congeals into a form.
Materializes.
Materialize. I like that one. That'll work. And an incorporeal remnant of a particularly hateful being materializes before you. And let me get
Punch that fellow in the face.
And he says, when he rises out of the floor, it says, "Your presence is offensive to me. Your life forfeit. My treasures are mine alone, not yours to plunder."
Well, you stink. Sorry.
And the next line says, if the characters make no attempt to reason with him,
That sounds about like what we do.
All right.
it attacks.
Rarely do we attempt to reason here in this party.
Bree has no filter. She has no filter whatsoever.
Well, let's do it this way. First, let's get an initiative. Everybody, please roll an
You
initiative.
might have had something fun to say.
And
I'm sorry.
that's nice.
6.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm rolling garbage today.
Garbage.
I got 16.
The bad guy
6.
has a 1. I rolled a 1 on the die, so
There
I
you
will
go.
be going last.
So
He's
Walter
gonna
Moss
feel
is
my
first.
pain.
Okay, so now here, although she says, well, that stinks, because you have initiative, I will allow you to react the way you like before you are attacked, since I have the last thing. Last initiative.
I'm going
if I
to
should
holler,
use- I can
"Monster!" and run in and slash his head.
Well, very well.
cure
Now, let me
her.
just take a look here, because I need to look at the stats for this monster. to
Bree,
make
how
sure
long are you
can or
poisoned
cannot.
for?
10 minutes.
Oh, I was going to say I could cure a condition with lesser restoration spell, but I don't know if we want to use my only other level 2 spell slot for that.
No,
All
just
right.
Give me a while.
I'm ready. Go for it.
18.
18 will hit.
9 damage. No, 8 damage.
8 damage, okay. As your axe passes through the figure, you are sure you're not doing your full damage.
It's
It seems barely
incorporeal.
Well, it's the only way I know how to attack.
That's all I know, man.
You have that sword.
No, you have that. So
No, I don't.
You have
I
it.
You gave it back?
I passed it to you when I.
All right, who's up after Sir
what does that
Walter
sword do?
Moss?
Bree.
And Bree's still poisoned, correct?
which just means she has disadvantage.
At this point, yes. We'll say you're poisoned through the end of this encounter.
so you
Alright,
roll
so-
2d20, take the lower of the two.
Yeah.
All right, so she is going to try to shoot the incorporeal wizard. Look at that, 2 16s.
You are going to hit.
Woohoo.
Definitely.
And she only gets 1 d6.
Walter Moss is right next to
Yeah,
him.
he charged right in. So you have an ally next to the bad guy.
So look at that. Even poisoned, she's kicking ass. 13 damage.
Ass kicking good.
And normally, don't you attack with advantage somehow?
Yes.
She has to hide first.
Just to hide first, which would negate.
that'll make
it'd
it
make
like
it just
normal.
one.
So again, the arrow passes through, and clearly it catches some substance from the creature,
It
but
kind
it does not do enough
blows a
damage.
little
Yeah.
missed part of him off of it.
Yes.
Ha ha! Now she's going to hide.
Ha and ha.
Ooh,
Really?
20.
A 20 to hide? Let's see if I get a 20 to find you. No. All right, who's up after Bree?
Myself.
Okay, myself.
Magic Missile.
Magic Missile. Go for it. What's the damage? We have 3 still? Or do you do any more than that?
I
yet?
just do 3.
Okay.
So that's a total of 12 damage.
All right.
Nice.
And it is full damage.
It is.
Because it's magical. Magic.
Well, it is. Is it force damage? What
It is
kind?
force damage.
Okay. So then, yes, it is full.
Use the force.
I'm sorry, I'm metagaming.
I was going to say, I don't know the rules that you guys are talking about. I'm wondering if my radiant damage is going
Yes,
to
it'll
work
be
on
fine.
you.
Yeah, man.
It'll do well.
It'll radiate.
Good.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
All right, who's up after Ferris?
I think it's Thor's
Thor.
turn.
Go
He
ahead,
is going
Thor.
to use his Sacred Flame cantrip. You get to make a dex savings throw against my
Let's
against
see
14.
about that. I rolled a 4 plus 3 is 7.
Nope.
Do I have to roll to hit with that, or does
Nope.
it
Yes.
just
If he
it
makes
just
a
hits.
saving throw, then you don't roll to hit.
okay? So I'm rolling damage, a 1d8 radiant damage.
Go for it.
8.
8. All right. And,
And I
who's up
thank
after?
the big MD.
Who's up after Thor?
The bad dude.
Bad guy.
Bad man.
That guy.
And he blows us all away.
Gosh. All
We
right.
should have
Let's
probably asked his name first.
Does
see
he
what he
huff
can
and
do
puff?
here.
Stinky. That's his name.
And he is.
Are you Casper then?
Yes.
Stinky, Casper, Fatso,
Stinky Casper.
and Stretch.
What are you talking about?
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
I never saw that movie.
Wow.
He's the
Right.
friendliest ghost you know. He always says hello. We are now going to allow this guy to attack Sir Walter Moss.
Oh no!
And we'll let him whisper something a grave whisper of something menacing as he approaches.
Monster! I'll show you, monster!
Yeah. You will join me in death.
Very nice.
Oh,
And
maybe
rolls
not.
a 6.
Yeah, 6 plus 5 is 11.
Walter Moss's pithy comeback. I don't think I'm such good company.
I don't think so.
All right. So who's up after that?
Moss.
Top of the order.
Moss. Go ahead, Moss.
I will do what I do best and hit him with Felicity.
Okay.
And do it half as best.
Ooh. 11?
11 will not hit.
Oh, wow.
Who's up
You-
after
you should've
Thor-
tried Andrew.
Moss. I
Bree.
think it's Bree.
Bree.
Go ahead, Bree.
Am I still poisoned?
Yes, through the end of this encounter.
So since she was hidden, I just rolled 1 die 20 and rolled it poorly. I rolled a 5.
5
Plus
plus
6.
6 is 11.
11.
That'll miss.
She's going to hide again.
Go ahead. Hiding.
Ooh, that was terrible.
What?
18.
You end up with 18. All right.
Still hidden.
Okay.
Me.
And I think Ferris is up next. Go ahead, Ferris. What will he do now?
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. And he rolls.
A 17 on a dice.
17 will hit. And what is the damage?
I think it's I forget. Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God,
Thor, are
Becky.
you ready with what you're going to do?
I am. I'm just going to do Sacred Flame again.
All right.
So you have
Let's get the damage from the Ray of Frost here.
Ah!
What do you need, a die
that
8?
die is gone,
Here.
man.
Gone forever.
What do we got?
3 damage.
3.
If I had used mine, it would have been 6.
And you can tell the cold did not have the same effect that the force did.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You have to roll a 14, check against 14.
I rolled a 1 on the die. I'm
All
doing
right.
some pretty
Does that mean it
crepe
crits?
rolls. The reverse.
4 radiant damage.
4 radiant damage. And he reaches out a spectral hand towards Sir Walter Moss again.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
The 10 plus 5 is 15
Nope.
to hit. That won't
Walter
hit.
Moss smacks the hand away again.
Apparently. yeah.
Bad touch.
Let's see.
This is not a very tough
I'm
wizard.
going to then allow him something fun. Why not? Let me just a moment. He does this. He will. He moves through the wall to the outside to the north.
Dang.
Who's
Oh.
up next?
Who gets to do
Me.
that?
I guess I'll chase after him,
Okay.
and if I can catch up to him, I will.
I'm going to say that you need to move.
chop him.
Well, say you're right inside the door, just for the sake of numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to be able to move 50 feet.
I can move 30 feet, and
Do
then
you have anything to throw at him?
I have javelins, so we'll try to throw a javelin.
All right, go for it.
I've got super
So that will get you outside and to the corner. The you'll be right up here.
So how
and
did he
he's
move
over
that
here.
far?
He went through
How did he
the
move that
wall.
far?
He only needed to move through the wall. He only needed to move 20 feet.
Okay, well, he could only move 10.
Why?
Ray of Frost.
He's a ghost.
I don't know.
He tells
The rules say,
It sa-
but
but
DM
it says-
interpretation.
Well, but it says his speed is 10.
Yeah, Ray of Frost says the creature's move speed is 10.
Okay. Well, then I'll get him halfway through the wall then, just because that's where he's going.
All right.
Go
No,
for it.
sorry.
You still.
I mean,
Its
what?
speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Oh well, that's no problem. He has a 60-foot speed,
Okay.
and he flies.
Well, shoot.
And he flies.
All right.
So either way, back
Javelin
to
time.
where we were. Go ahead.
yeah,
Very nice.
that's
17.
23.
23 will hit, and what's the damage on that?
It is D6 instead of D12, which is
Nice.
6 plus 3, so 9.
Okay.
9 javelin damage.
All right.
Javelin damage.
Javelin. I think it's piercing, technically, but
Not in my sheet. I crossed out.
He just chucked a javelin
and,
sideways.
and who's up after?
So
Sir
now, why
Walter
does the
Moss?
javelin hurt him, but the
Breeze.
swords didn't earlier?
It
So
does.
you
It
can
still probably takes half.
you can get around there to make a ranged attack at him as well if you like.
Sure.
Just to the edge. He'll still be 30 feet away. But
Is she still poisoned?
Yep.
Yes. You're well put
I'm going to ask every time. So 14.
14 will hit.
Woohoo. There's no one next to him, though, right?
No, nobody.
But you hid, did you
But
not?
I did hide. So that is 13
Now, how
plus
far
3.
can you move while hidden? That would be the next question.
Well, the thing
Because
is,
she would need to move her
if
full
he
distance.
if he left the room and she was hidden, then he doesn't have line of sight to her.
Well, he would when she reaches the corner to be able to shoot him.
True.
So, can you move your full speed while hidden?
I
that
don't
would be
know.
my question.
Where would it take me?
It would be in a stealth.
All right. Because if you can, that's okay. If you cannot, then you wouldn't be able to get.
wouldn't be able to
far
get to him.
enough. Right. Or you would become unhidden, in which case you don't deal the extra damage.
Wouldn't seem that you could stay hidden and move at full speed.
No.
That would be my guess, but I don't know. They made a lot of really neat things on the rogue.
And we're looking at the rules. Go on,
Definitely.
Rule Doyle.
So he's checking
Rules
that
lawyer.
out, and I think Ferris is up next anyway. So we'll see what he
I
ends
mean,
up doing.
she might kill him. Who knows?
She very well might. She's going to get around that corner and shoot an arrow at him
At his knee, though.
at his knee. Shoot him in the spectral knee,
I will.
and
It doesn't say.
it doesn't. So for the sake of we all kind of agree,
Let's assume
you
half
won't
da-
stay
half-
hidden.
Okay.
So
So
just
I
the
have to
first
take away-
die. Yeah.
Well, boo.
I mean, you can roll one again. I don't mind it, but
8. 8.
8. All right. So the arrow finishes him off.
Woohoo!
All right.
He kind of dissipates, and the spectral mist he was materializing into falls down through the floor. And
Told
off
you.
he goes.
Stinker.
So you guys just killed a wraith.
Right.
Yes.
Excuse me.
No
Bree
back touch.
That
killed.
is 700 experience. Woo! Now here's the thing: if he had hit anybody, his damage is 3d8 plus 3,
Holy cow.
and you have to make a Constitution saving throw, or
Walter Moss.
your hit point maximum is reduced by the amount of the damage you take.
Oh my word!
That's ridiculous.
What was
It's a
your
wraith.
XP?
700.
All right.
So fortunately for you guys, you didn't get hit,
Wow.
but that could have really hurt. And if you take the default number they give you, if you don't feel like rolling it as a DM, it does 16 damage when it hits you, which means your maximum hit points will be reduced by 16 when you got hit if you don't make the DC 13 Constitution saving throw. So you finish him off.
Wow, we just
Since
got
the
lucky.
Wraith
We did
talked
get
about
lucky.
staying away from his treasure, I think we should look in his little room for some treasure.
Heck yeah.
Well,
We
there is
deserve
that scorched chest at the foot of the bed.
Open it.
Is it locked?
Is it locked?
Ferris just opened it, and it contains 1,100 copper pieces. You got that,
Copper.
Kurt? 160 silver pieces. 50, that's 50 electrum pieces. 3 diamonds. Ooh. And they are 100 gold piece each.
Wow.
And a wooden pipe adorned with platinum filigree, which is 150 gold pieces.
I want that.
Now he need a monocle.
I do. Not pass go. Do not collect
And also
$200.
around the room, there are some tomes on the shelves that are in good shape. They appear, as Ferris could tell, to be magically preserved. They have not fallen into disrepair.
And what are the contents of these tomes?
Then what you can do a intelligence check or investigation if you have
Ooh,
investigation.
investigation.
Is this the first time investigation has come
Yes.
up? I think, yeah.
Yes, I can hear
So it's a
that.
DC 12 for this.
I got a 23.
All right. So one of the tomes you find has a map sewn into its cover.
Nice.
And for the sake of not chasing a rabbit hole, that's one thing that this starter set gives the DM is in placing this here. It says this map is now a map of the DM's creation, which the players can use if you continue past the starter set.
Nice. Okay,
So
so,
it's a
breadcrumb.
way for me as a DM now to take. You've just found a new area, and that's where you would want to explore
Okay.
after this game is over.
breadcrumb.
Yes, exactly. So just so we don't chase a rabbit hole of what the hell does this map mean? It doesn't mean anything yet.
All right.
Cool.
Did they, just out of curiosity, did they tell you in there what the next hook is, or does it just say you can make this be a map of anything you want?
It specifically says the map shows a location of a dungeon of your own creation. When the characters finish their explorations here, this old map can lead them to their next adventure.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah, it is a good thing for them to add in there. Nothing else of interest within the room itself.
I need healing.
Drink a
Wonder
healing
why.
potion.
And the poison would then wear off.
What are your hit points at?
I'm at 12.
Ooh,
You're at 12.
Yeah, that poison
Is anyone else low?
moss really.
it's a good thing you didn't get hit out of that.
She would have been unconscious.
So you have finished area number 14, which is Wizard's Quarters. And
is-
although
how
you
much is
guys
a healing
didn't know
potion?
this,
Is that?
How much is a healing potion?
or you guys
heal?
didn't ask or talk to the guy,
294 plus 2.
but who you have just defeated is Mormesk the Wraith. He is a wizard in life. And he had magical items and such.
Why
But
don't
where are
I,
the magical items?
Where are the magical items?
The book, the magically preserved tomes.
Okay.
Nothing special.
Why don't I use preserve life
He's
since I
very-
can get that back at a... Sorry, I
ahead,
didn't mean to
go ahead.
interrupt you. Get that back at a short rest. I can distribute up to 10 hit points to get you up to half max. I'll just give them all to you if you need them.
Okay.
Does that help?
That does help.
It gets her 2 hit points.
Oh, I can only go to half?
You can only go to half.
All right, so that
That only
doesn't
gets me
help.
2 hit points.
All right. I can do cure wounds to give you
She has
1d8
dice,
plus
yeah.
6. Why don't we do that? 1d8 plus 6.
Okay.
It's a spell.
Do you roll or do I roll? Or should I just use my hit dice?
I'll roll. Oh, I'm trying to think if I have any other. Oh, and you get my Disciple of Life bonus too. Don't forget. So here we go. 6 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is 6, is 12. Plus my Disciple of Life gives you an additional 2 plus the spells level, so 2 more, so 14.
Nice. I'm at -1.
14.
All right.
Almost at max.
So now we're ready to continue
Cool.
up the little stairs in room 13.
All right, so you head up into the area where the other structure is, and that is
Room 15.
also similar to the other room. Remember, these are human-sized structures rather than the dwarven ones that you've been familiar with, and it has a what was it here? Both of the structures, so the number 14 and this new area you're looking at, which is actually number 15, they had battered and blackened masonry walls, and their double doors were cracked and scorched, so both of them were the same, which means the same DC 15 strength check to get the door open.
All right, I'm going to knock first.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
No.
Knock, knock.
No.
Who's there, motherfucker?
All right, and then
I don't know what the
I
DC
will-
is for answering a knock.
Then I'll kick it down.
Kick it.
And then I
Crit.
kick it.
Again.
Natural 20.
Again, these doors have no chance
The
against Sir
doors
Walter
feel my
Moss.
pain.
He kicked
All right.
it so hard he sprayed WD-40 into it and it opened without a sound.
The door swings open, and here's your text for this area. This large workshop was badly damaged by the ancient spell battle that laid waste to the mine. Work tables taking up 2 corners of the room are scorched, and the plaster has been burned off the masonry walls. In the middle of the room, a stone pedestal holds a small brazier in which an eerie green
A small
flame,
bra? Sorry.
Exactly. An eerie green flame dances and crackles in the bra. It and its pedestal appear to have been untouched by the forces that destroyed this area. Behind it floats a spherical creature measuring roughly 4 feet in diameter. 4 eye stalks protrude from its central mass, 2 on each sides, and in the center of the body is a large eye that stares at you. "Hello," says a thick, burbling voice inside your head.
Ah, gross.
Super excited.
Peanut butter.
Let's roll initiative.
It's time for the eye creature. Finally.
Look at that.
Oh.
I got me a 20. Let me see what I add to that for this creature here.
Doesn't mean to go first.
What is it?
22. My initiative is a 22. Yeah, so what you see,
9.
like I
9.
say, it's a spherical monster
11.
about 4
11.
feet wide, and it
7.
has eye stalks sticking out of its body, and in the center of the body, the center mass, is a large eye that stares at you. And apparently it also has a big mouth with teeth and a long tongue sticking out.
Slimer.
So this is the picture that we're looking at from page 48.
What's this monster called?
We're just going to give you the name. It's called a spectator. Apparently, I mean, well, almost obviously, it is at least a cousin to a beholder.
Ugh.
It's a big floating eye. So what do we have for the initiative?
Spectator, Ferris, Thor,
All right.
Bree, Moss.
All right, so let's see what he does first. Well, that's it. As far as the spectator goes, you hear that thick, burbly hello inside your head.
Inside our heads.
Inside your head.
Out of my head.
No.
I'd like to respond in a kind and genteel manner.
I will
Why,
be
hello,
going
sir.
first.
Who's
Oh, you go first.
after? Who's after the spectator?
Ferris.
I would like to roll a Arcana check to find out what I know about spectators.
Okay.
That's I would like to really remember.
Let's see what we can do with that.
That's an 11.
Let me give you a couple of good bits here. We'll go with the Arcana thing that you might remember. So first, of course, it has 4 eyes on eye stalks, and from those eyes, it can shoot different rays. You remember that? Not really sure what they are.
Okay.
You do know, however, that through your Arcana, through your wizarding learning, if you will, that if it makes a successful saving throw against a spell, it can choose to redirect that spell to something else.
I see.
You do remember that from your wizard learnings.
All right.
And who's up after that?
Thor.
And then I would like to say
What would you say?
hello back.
Okay.
Look like he wants to converse at all.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, the other thing that you would know. Let me throw this out here too, because this is something that you could remember. The spectator itself is a summoned creature that is summoned to guard a treasure.
I see. Okay.
Okay, and it's usually summoned by a wizard.
All right. So I'll say we don't necessarily have to engage. We can leave.
That doesn't seem like something we would do.
Okay, okay.
Let's be serious.
All right. So now Thor.
Did I hear the hello in my head?
Everyone did, yes.
I'd like to look him in his main eye and say, well, hello, fine sir. How are you today?
Look him in his one big eye and say, "Howdy, how you doing?"
How you doing?
All right, and who's after that?
Bree.
Bree.
You know she's going to shoot him in the eye.
Okay.
So I got no response.
We'll have a response. I just
Okay.
wanted to see at what point it was going to break down,
On Bree's turn.
and we know.
It always breaks down on Bree's turn.
So kind of the conversation happens very simultaneously, and what you
she
get?
got a 17.
A 17 will hit.
She shoots him in his eye.
It's amazing that Bree
5.
is still alive. I should stop healing her.
5. Okay. So your arrow hits it, and and so as the arrow hits it, as you guys are talking, it says back inside your heads. Clearly, you are not from of the owners of the Wave Echo Cave. Well, who's next?
I guess not.
Oh, guess not. Can she hide now?
Oh, you could try, sure.
He's got a lot of eyes, though.
I know.
And he can roll a
24.
1.
Yeah, you can get 24 to hide. I can roll a 1 to spot you.
Oh, there's something in his eye now.
Yeah,
Exactly. My arrow.
Oh, my eye. And who's up after Bree?
I am. I will vault over the work tables and
Vault.
try to stab him. Give him the stabbity stab.
With an axe?
Yak stab. Come on, Felicity.
Stab him with my axe.
Oh, Felicity, you've let me down today.
Action surge.
That's a 10. 10 doesn't do it.
10 will not hit.
All right. Action surge. And
Power up.
12 plus 6 is 18.
18 will hit.
All right. And then...
Very nice.
Ooh, Ghetto Crit. And
Nice.
Ghetto Crit gives
do you got?
him 15 damage.
15 damage. That's a lot. And I guess it's probably the spectator's turn now.
Correct.
All right, here we go.
Pew 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 pew
Yeah.
pew pew pew.
Just remember that I was nice and tried
So
to
the
talk to him.
spectator uses 2 of its eyes.
The Death Star.
Smack me.
Yeah. And it can target a creature it can see within 90 feet, so that's going to work. So I have 4 to pick from here, so I'm gonna pick them random for myself here by rolling a d4. The first one, this ray is going to head for the first person who shot him. No, can't be, because you went and hid, and he can't see you. So the spectator is going to throw it at the guy who came in with the axe. You need a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
I got it.
All right. So nothing happens with that one. Let's see what the other eye does. Again, a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
To me?
Yes. You're the only one that's
Yep.
hit him so far. Nice. On a failed save, you take half as much on a successful. So you're going to take half of what I roll here, which is 3, plus 5 is 8, plus 6 is 14. So you take 7 damage.
What kind of ray was that? Do we know?
That is the wounding ray.
Wounding ray.
He was, wounded. I guess that kind of makes sense. Excuse me. And it will also try to bite you.
Oh,
Nah.
Yeah. I was hoping to paralyze you and then bite you, but I guess it'll just wound you and then try to bite you. It's only a +1 to hit for this. It's not so good. So that misses. A 4 plus 1 is 5. So he's not so good with biting.
I just give him a straight arm.
Yeah. He has a straight arm right to the
No.
face.
No. Okay.
All right.
Bad touch.
Who's up after the spectator?
Ferris.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ferris.
All right. Hostilities have been engaged.
I'm sorry.
Harris hits it with an atomic bomb.
I'm going to shoot it with my death ray.
Yep.
Death ray.
Ray of coldness.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him the cold shoulder. 15.
I don't know if he has shoulders.
15 will hit, yes.
4 damage.
For 4. And who's up after Ferris?
Thor.
This guy.
So it gets a little bit cold, but nothing to worry about. What you want to do, Thor?
Am I close enough to swing my warhammer at?
You are if you walk
Run
up to
on
it.
in.
Excellent. I will grab Kirsten and
It gets a new name each time. I like
take a mighty swing. 17 plus 4, 21 to hit.
that will hit, yes.
Excellent. And where did my D8 go? Here it is. We take 3 plus 2, 5 bludgeoning damage.
5 damage. And who's up after Thor?
Bree.
Bree.
Bree comes out of hiding.
Go ahead, Bree. And you got 2 allies next to him.
Oh, good thing.
Let's see if
'cause
that
that's a
helps.
3.
3 is not
I didn't
very
want to fight
good.
him.
It's a little better.
7
That's a 13.
13 will miss.
She hides again.
Indeed.
So
Hide.
she can't hide.
What's your total?
That's a 13.
Okay. And all 4 eye stalks stare at you as you attempt to hide.
Damn it!
That's the first
Who's
time
up
you've
after
ever
Bree?
failed on that.
Moss.
Go ahead, Sir Walter. You've got
Continuing with the slashing of the sword, he brings it back up, trying to
a
cut.
sword. Okay.
Well, no.
You
Actually,
stabbed him with the axe, and
I'm
I'm going to slash him
continuing.
with the sword.
continuing with the axe,
All
because
right.
that's what I do.
Go ahead, Felicity.
And that should be a 17.
A 17. You got a +6?
I do have plus
Good
6.
gosh.
Now
man.
that I got
He does now.
Yeah.
a bonus
Nice. Oh, you got it. Yep. That hits.
with 14 damage.
That will be enough to stop the spectator from hovering. It falls to the ground, oozing ichor and nasty stuff.
And Bree looks at you and goes, I take back every evil thing I ever said about you.
I just put my foot up on top of it and like give a heroic pose.
Captain Morgan it.
Even the stuff you didn't hear me
So
say.
I would say, although this guy could definitely hurt you, all the DCs to save against its eye rays are 13, which isn't that high. I mean, it's relatively easy to make a
Especially
13.
if Moss is rolling 13s and 15s.
And it's Wisdom or Constitution. Those are the only 2 that it
Those
hits
are all
with.
50% for us, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, you guys
That wasn't so
finish
bad.
off the spectator. The problem is they're not hitting you guys back very good.
Yeah, we're not
I'm rolling horrible to attack.
Yeah, we
Or
like
we're
it.
rolling
Yeah.
well to defend ourselves. Like the
That's a good way to look at it.
poison room, she
Yeah.
was the only one that got affected.
Yep. So you finish off the spectator,
Gaining
and
3 million experience and going to level 20.
3
You have to put your
million.
pinky next to your
I'm
mouth.
glad you said experience. That is 700 experience.
another 700.
Yes.
Holy moly.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now
The spreadsheet has been
inside,
updated.
Looking around, what's
Any
going on?
treasure?
on the work table in the southeast corner of the room are, I'll just read what it says. The last items a spectator was charged to protect Lightbringer and Dragon Guard. So we're going to say that Ferris takes a minute to check these items out.
Yes, please.
They are both magical. And somebody rolled a nice history check and has a little bit of information about these things. So Lightbringer is a +1 mace. And whoever had learned about the history knows that this mace was made for a cleric of Lathander, the god of dawn. The head of the mace is shaped like a sunburst and made of solid brass. The weapon glows as bright as a torch when its wielder commands. And while it's glowing, it deals an extra 1d6 radiant damage to undead creatures.
Woo.
Go for it.
Go for it, Thor.
I think
And-
someone's getting rid of their
War.
Warhammer.
And the
Extra
other thing on
Warhammer.
the table is a breastplate. It is a +1 breastplate that has a gold dragon motif worked into its design. It was created for a human hero of Neverwinter named Turgon. And it grants its wearer advantage on saving throws against the breath weapons of creatures that have the dragon type.
Oh, sweet. What is that called?
It is Dragon Guard.
I want that.
Yeah. That would make
would
your
be
AC a
awesome.
19, too.
19.
Good lord.
Dragon Guard.
So Lightbringer is a +1 mace that while you can command it to glow whenever you want, and when it
So
does,
as bright as a torch when its wielder commands,
And it does an
while
extra
glowing, it does
damage.
a d6 of radiant damage to undead.
okay, sweet.
And Dragon Guard is a +1 breastplate that gets advantage on saving throws against breath weapons from dragons. Or creatures that have the dragon type, technically. Close enough. So you find those things, and then as part of this, there's a small room, and you can see that off of 15, there's a small room on the northeast side, and it's a separate workspace where items, it looks like, and this is something that Ferris might recognize, but it looks like it was a place where items were being prepared, or would have been prepared for enchantment,
Yeah.
where they would be polished and lacquered. But it's just about all destroyed. It's just a preparatory.
None of
type
it was
room.
magical, so it didn't survive the
Correct.
fire.
Nothing survived there.
Also, where they kept their lawnmower.
And the other thing that occurs to you is after your thunder wave, that huge boom, you swear you were hearing echoes of it, but those echoes seem to have gotten louder. So every couple of minutes you hear a big boom in the cave, like a thunderous boom, all throughout. And it's loud. It's gotten loud enough now that as everything settles down after this encounter you had, you realize the floor shakes a little with each boom. And it happens on a regular basis every couple of minutes.
So we got the magic items, but no money or anything that we need to record.
That is correct.
Okay.
No coins.
All right. So, in the room outside of the workshop, it looks like there are 2 paths.
There are, outside of that workshop, up to the north and to the west. And the loudness, that thunderous echoing boom, is actually, sounds like it's coming from the north.
Ooh.
So this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lightbringer. I like having a mace named Lightbringer.
And
Light. Bring
what was the
Dragon God.
what was the
What was the...
It was a breastplate?
Breastplate.
Yeah.
Plus one
Plus one
breastplate
breastplate.
called Dragon Guard.
and what were you wearing before?
Oh, he's checking armor
I-
values.
I don't think I chainmail.
A chainmail? A chain shirt?
Yeah.
All right, so your AC actually went up by 2 then, because
If
the
you take
chain
the
shirt's
breastplate.
only a 13 AC value, breastplate's a 14 AC value plus the +1.
Dang.
So you're becoming invincible.
Dude, you're not going to be able to get hit.
You now have a 20 armor class.
At level
He's our
at
tank.
level 4.
Will you double check though to make sure that we're wearing a chain shirt?
It says chainmail.
Chain mail.
Is that different?
Chain mail, okay, is a 16 armor class. So you're actually losing 1 armor class. You're back down to your original 17 now.
That doesn't seem good.
So what do we want to
The
do?
plus
with that?
1 breastplate would have a 15 armor class. Your chainmail would have a 16 armor class.
But it's good against dragon type creatures.
Well,
Do you have a dex bonus?
no. I definitely don't have a dex bonus.
If you consider -1 a bonus,
Okay.
I guess that means I go back to what I was, which was 18. And we will have someone
well,
else
you're not
use
completely
that.
invincible then.
She
Shield.
can't wear her heavy armor, right?
She can't. No, it's
No.
medium armor. The breastplate's medium armor.
Breastplate. Can you wear medium armor? Probably
I
not.
don't think so. No.
I can, but I have chainmail. It would drop me down too.
I'll bet you the other fighter that we're not using would benefit from
Yep.
that. Just like
You're
that
absolutely right.
longsword, that fighter would have benefited from the longsword.
Well, I'll stick that in
But
the
that guy's an
backpack.
asshole. No one be him. So
Yeah.
We'll put him in the
How
backpack,
can I
and
tell?
it'll go in the
How can I tell?
Sir Walter Moss Museum
Your
that we
proficiency-
open up here.
Light armor.
Sir Walter Museum. Well, something.
All right, so the other thing I was checking
Yeah.
was the damage on the mace. So the mace does 1d6.
Yeah, the other guy's wearing is wearing leather armor. That other fighter.
Yep, he'd be perfect for it.
Definitely. All right, so you guys are going
So
to
you're going to do
head
1d6 plus 3
On what?
with that mace
Against undead or generally?
against generally
one
because it's got a +1 enhancement bonus.
against-
So you add that to your damage. So it'd be 1d6 +1 for the enhancement bonus +2 for your strength.
Although that's worse than what he was using.
but
too.
it adds an extra 1 to
It adds an
attack.
extra static damage,
right. That doesn't.
which you can't. And that's nice.
yeah.
Can't negate.
And is that going to be a bludgeoning damage?
It'll be bludgeoning, yes.
Yes, from a mace. Yep, it would be bludgeoning. So I believe you guys were headed north next.
Yeah.
I don't know.
towards the
Are we
south?
going towards the boom or are we going away from the boom?
Well, you
Because the
definitely
boom is
wanna go
coming.
towards danger, right?
The boom is from the north.
I mean-
Are we going to go towards the boom?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Or do we want to go in a direction that is not towards the boom?
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go north.
Are you certain?
Yeah.
Are you certain? Are you
I
absolutely
guess we should
certain?
walk toward danger.
Why
Let's
not?
go toward danger.
When have you not?
When have we not?
Yeah. No.
Yep.
No objection to walking towards danger. Here we go.
I object, but I'm not going to stay here by myself.
All right.
She's
so
like,
you
you
head,
guys are crazy.
you head north again through actually down some stairs that are just roughly carved into the cavern. And again, going through the roughly hewn cavern walls. And it takes a bend to the west. And you are on a narrow edge that overlooks a large cavern that houses a surging, seething body of water. The rhythmic booming heard throughout the mines is louder here. At regular intervals, a fresh surge of water funnels into this chamber and slams against the wall just below the ledge. The echo suggests that this cave might be one arm of a much larger cavern to the northeast. But no, the game does not let us go to the northeast. Why
Okay.
it says that there's much larger stuff over there. It's just probably another breadcrumb.
All right, so Bree is going to kind of like, there's a wall.
Yeah.
She's going to hug the wall and be like, I told you guys!
And it's deafeningly loud. So when the water surges in, it raises the level of that water up towards the ledge, about 10 feet up, and then after a minute, the water level returns down about 15 feet lower.
So this is definitely part of a tide. It's definitely influenced by a tide.
And it just comes in every couple of minutes and boom, big echoing throughout the whole place. Shakes the floor.
Wave echo cave.
So this is
Hey.
Yeah.
God, I'm smart. That's too Harvard degrees
we
right
just
there, folks.
found the namesake.
Shoot, man.
Alright, so
right.
continuing on, we're gonna. You said there's a path to the north.
There's a path to the west, actually, up to the
Wow.
northwest, really. On the northwest side of this area. Up to the northeast, what it described, that the echo suggests that this may be part of a larger cavern to the northeast. Yes, it may, but it isn't in this adventure.
Fair enough.
Therefore, it's irrelevant. You can't go there. There be dragons. And no one's wearing the breastplate, so you don't want to go there.
This is true.
So you'll head on the northwest side
Sure.
through
Yes, sir.
again, a nice roughly hewn cavern hallway that leads a bit west, goes north, and then bends back around to the west and opens up into what is actually area number 17. And from there,
Why can't we go this way?
through the tunnel.
Because I've already said you're going the other way.
All right, never mind.
Don't worry. They all lead together eventually. They all lead to your doom.
They all lead to
Yours specifically.
mine.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it because she just has a tendency to rush in.
So the passage that you were in is actually kind of...
Bree is definitely a shoot first, ask questions.
it's actually a smaller passage than what I described. It's short. It's barely 4 feet high. And it looks like at some point that may have been a river stream bed. And no water is flowing through it as when you guys go through it, but it's a small area. And that's what we have for that. So it opens up, and you're on a ledge that goes down just a little bit. Let me just finish here. Okay. The whole area, if you want to draw this area 17 and 18 together, your narrative for 18 is a wide rift fills the eastern half of this cavern, and that's where you're coming in. A stream pours out of the west wall, then tumbles down into the rift and flows out again to the north. Several ropes are secured to iron stakes along the western edge of this rift, leading down to the chasm floor. And when you walk in, you see down in there 3 bugbears. 2 of them are clearing rocks on the floor, and another one is standing guard in the western half of the cavern. And there is also
kill bugbears.
there's also a drow, it looks like a male drow elf, standing supervising the operation. And that's where we're going to leave it off here, as you guys see the bugbears and the drow in area number 17 and 18 entering this part of Wave Echo Cave. And another boom echoes out behind you and shakes the floor.
Nice. All right.
I guess we'll see if I can add to my bugbear jaw collection next time.
Well, you've got plenty to work with here. All right, everybody, we're going to go now.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Venus.
Our brave adventurers battle deeper into Wave Echo Cave, defeating 2 powerful creatures and looting some memorable magic treasures. They pass through the area where the waves cause the echoes in the cave and find more adversaries, which they'll deal with next time. Thanks for joining us. The preceding podcast was brought to you by Shedcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.